I'm leaving it up to you guys. Hi, Jill. How
No
are you?
worries.
And I think you guys can handle it without me, right?
Oh yeah.
Yep, we're all good.
All right, perfect. Okay. So you are now live.
All right. So hello everybody. We're here today to do the final live stream where we're going to be interviewing the winners of the number one best trader competition this fall. So we have Roberto with us, who is our number one best options trader, and David, who is our number one best day trader. Zhu, I don't believe is in the meeting, but he may join us in a bit. So, and we have Jill with us from NASDAQ, and I'm Carolyn at DAS Trader.
So we got me over
And
here, Mike.
Michael at DAS Trader.
Mike, I'm the director of institutional sales here at DAS and longtime trader, and just looking forward to congratulate all the winners.
Yep.
And talk about some of the action that went on in the market today and over the course of the competition.
All right, David, should we start with you? Or, well, we have a Zhu here, so we can start with you as well. You almost made double in profits, so you did very well. Did you want to tell us about your strategy or things that went well, things that did not? I mean, pretty much.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about your secrets of your success, how you approach the competition, and some of the things that led to you being so successful as you were?
Well, I'm kind of new to trading. I started in January of this year. I started in the Bearable Traders community, and that's where I still belong. A lot of what I learned is based on what Andrew teaches in his book, along with what they teach in the community. So I tried a lot of the strategies. I mean, I've been using those off and on throughout this year with success, and pretty much what I was doing was using a lot of those strategies. What ended up happening was, I noticed in the very beginning, and I think it might have been Roberto, he jumped way ahead real quickly.
I wanted to mention that was a great call on a strong position in BBBY, Bed Bath & Beyond, because that performed very well in the last few weeks.
So yeah, what I ended up doing is also incorporating, which I never did in the past. I incorporating some option trading.
I saw that
with my normal strategies, which is open range breakouts, VWAP reversals, ascending and descending triangles, that kind of stuff. But I also incorporated some day trading with options using some of those same strategies. It was kind of new to me, but some success. I learned some things through that, and I also did some swing trading with options.
Excellent. I did notice that you were trading heavy in the S&P 500.
Right.
I think I saw you had. Were you trading an Apple or no?
Yeah, I traded Apple in the SPY a lot, based on the spread and being able to take a decent quantity or good size in those positions. Also, I did the day trading, or the swing trading had to do more with playing some of the news that was in that was going on overnight and trying to catch those swings in the market, which I was able to capitalize on.
That's very interesting that you mentioned that you added some options into it, because on our next competition, we're going to be focusing specifically purely on day trading stocks. And that's going to make everybody switch it up a little bit.
Yeah, when it started, I had noticed, some of the people that were trading the options that jumped out. So, I didn't even realize till maybe 2 weeks that were left in the competition that there was even an option category for a winner. So I wasn't trading options necessarily to win the option title. I was just trying to incorporate more of that into my day trading and trying to catch some swings with those.
Well, it's interesting too, because we
did worked.
Right.
Whatever you really worked, and then obviously, being a first timer, congratulations to you. I think one of the things that I saw was that just being positive in the competition and being consistent and taking it seriously really made a difference.
Right.
So even though you're a beginner, the fact that you took it seriously and you applied a strategy that you learned for the Bear Bull community seems to really help. And then you even looked at what the other people were doing and saw that options helped amp up your results. So, I mean, that's a really nice recipe of success. You had a strategy to begin with, you adapted to see what was working in the competition, and then you focused and continued to take it seriously throughout the entire competition without getting run over. So I think that's a really good recipe for success. How about you, Roberto? Come Roberto, dice tu strategy, tu tactic. I think that Roberto can't hear us too well. Roberto, dice che strategy the day trading, options trading.
Ok. Hola Michael, buenas tardes a todos. Bueno, otra vez estoy muy contento.
Roberto says,
estoy muy contento de haber participado otra vez en el Best Trader.
Very happy to
¿Sobre qué estrategia, no? Me preguntas la estrategia, Michael. Sí. La estrategia fue opciones sobre acciones, opciones sobre ETFs y también acciones. Acciones, sí. Utilizando análisis gráfico.
Sí. He uses technical analysis and he used options and stocks. E un trador che tu dici, ok? Continua. Ok.
Sí. Perfecto.
Gracias mucho, Alberto, una otra vez. Congratulations, buddy. Congratulations.
Gracias a ustedes.
Okay. Jill, did you want to say anything about the competition? Anything that you noticed?
Well, I think it's great that they're incorporating options into their day trading styles. It's a key theme that we spoke about at the conference a couple of weeks ago, where a number of the guys, particularly on names that are either thinly traded or not quite as liquid, and where they're unable to get better pricing, they've been turning to the options market for that reason. So I think it's interesting to see that they are incorporating options into their day trading plans, and I would love to learn more. And as they get more comfortable with trading options, what else are they learning from it? Just how complex they're getting with their strategies, or what styles are working for them, if there's a strategy that works better or not, because it certainly is a learning curve. But I think even if you don't trade heavily in options, being able to read the market is definitely key, regardless of what asset class you trade, particularly around earnings. It's so basic just to take a look at an options chain and look at the at-the-money strikes and see what implied moves are. That can help you a lot, even with just your equity trading. That's one example. So I'm happy to see that they're starting to incorporate that more.
Yep, and I would say that one thing was consistent is both Robert and David both used technical strategies. So Roberto used technical analysis, and so did David. He used the Bear Bulls flavor of technical analysis and had a planned approach, a strategy. He also adapted to see that options traders were making the bigger gains. So he used his regular technical analysis amped up with options to be able to be one of the winner's circle. So in this competition, he adapted and he did what he had to do to achieve success. So I'm going to hand it back.
Well, I think it's interesting, and Jill and Mike, I don't know if you have anything to say about it, but when we are looking at, we're seeing that a lot of these large corporation, large cap companies have been buying back their own stocks. So Oracle, for example, has bought back 15% of their shares, and Apple is another one that has bought back a ton of their stocks. They have a lot of cash on hand, a lot of liquidity, with seemingly no reason. That's why they're so popular in the market. So I thought that was kind of interesting. I didn't know you had anything to say about that.
Yeah, I have some thoughts around that. And we have this conversation every earnings season when they announce share buybacks. And yes, that's good for the stock price, but for these companies that are sitting on such a large amount of cash, why are they not investing back into the business? Because investing back into the business on the CapEx side, that's what lends to future growth, right? So that's kind of concerning to me. What does that say about the overall environment if they don't feel comfortable investing back into their business? You can engineer the stocks just so much. With share buybacks. I mean, Mike, I'm sure you would agree.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, basically the only thing that we're doing though is we're going to throw a little monkey wrench into that after everybody started getting used to using options. Is the next competition, we're not allowing it to use options. We're going to have to focus purely on day trading. Figured I'd mention that as well.
So I think what would be cool to do, Mike, you and I can go back and forth with this since we're in the crux of earnings season, and we just had a number of the names that these guys trade report.
We just had Amazon. You don't get much bigger than Amazon, and it was a huge miss.
Yeah, well, and what's interesting is one of my guests who you met at the conference last week, Danielle Shea from Simpler Options, she was talking about a strategy going into Amazon's earnings using a butterfly strategy.
You know what? It's a strategy that I actually do myself. I love it.
Yep. So it worked out for her. But I think this key theme that we're seeing here is companies that have exposure to the U.S.-China trade rhetoric, like your technology companies. And I think it's a company by, right, but I mean, even we look at the semiconductor space, because the stocks has been in play this week. So you had Taiwan Semi had a great quarter. They're investing 14 to 15 billion back into the business. Texas Instruments, their quarter looked nothing like that. But then you see Lam Research, which had a great quarter last night. So I feel like it's very business specific, right? And these companies, whether it's technology or your multinational conglomerates, those that have the exposure to the headlines, I think they're having the tougher times with the quarters in the first week and a half that we're out there.
And you have to have a strategy to play something like that. Like what she was talking about was very often she'd be buying calls and then writing some options. She'd be playing the volatility. So you really have to have a good grasp of options and using that particular derivative to take advantage of earnings to play them both way. I mean, that's pretty much what I do as well. Is I had Amazon stock during the day, and then I had some really far out of the money written calls, so that if it missed, if it did, those calls would expire worthless. You catch the run on the stock during the day from all the people that are expecting the stock to go up and up and up and up and up. Of course, the calls benefit from the miss. Obviously, that's great if you had a crystal ball, but none of us do. But the fact is, why don't we talk a little bit about the next competition and what's going to be going on for the winners of this competition? So you want to go over the details?
Yeah, so we're going to be having another competition coming up before the end of the year, one more. We are going to be tailoring it to experienced day traders only, pretty much. Hence it's only going to be about 2 weeks, 1 to 2 weeks. We will be making that announcement shortly and updating it on our website. So we definitely
stay tuned, everybody.
Sorry?
So stay tuned, everybody. Stay tuned. I think we should have some information in the next week or so, like around October 28th. We should be announcing the opening of the competition, and probably it'll be starting in the middle of November, somewhere around November 11th. It's a 2-week competition. So it's only going to be day trading equities. And this time it's going to be geared towards people who consistently trade throughout the competition. Day trading equities. They could also swing trade, but only using equities to make the flavor of this competition a little bit different than the other 2 competitions that we've had. So, what else is on the agenda?
David, do you think you're going to be joining that next competition?
I don't know. We'll see. I guess I'll have to see the dates and how long it's going to be. Possibility.
2 weeks. I can tell you it's 2 weeks.
2 weeks, and it's going to start in 2 weeks. Possibly.
Starting at approximately in 2 weeks, a little bit over 2 weeks,
okay.
And it'll be going
2 weeks. Possibly.
Well, listen, we love to have our returning champions and see if you can keep it going, keep the streak alive for you, Roberto. And obviously,
my secret weapon away now. My new secret weapon of options, but
I know
I feel bad.
it's harming you a little bit.
But before the competition, I never traded options, so I can go back to my old strategies. I'm sure.
That's fantastic.
Well, that would probably be a good challenge for you, and you clearly are very good and have experience. And although you don't have the options, that's a challenge. So
Right.
And I think we're already planning. We're already planning our visit to New York for the winners, and obviously the reward for all of our champions. So I look forward to seeing you in downtown Manhattan and taking you over to the NASDAQ Market Center by Jill to check out the closing bell. So pretty exciting reward for all those who have won once again, and I believe also maybe even the New York Stock.
Nice.
So.
Look forward to seeing you guys.
All right, look forward to meeting you as well, David, and always great to see you again un'altra vez per Roberto per visitar Nueva York.
Ooh, lost you.
Yeah, I faded.
¿Me preguntaste algo, Michael? ¿Algo me preguntaste?
All right. Well, guys, I'm going to be signing off.
Yep, I think that concludes it. Jill, did you have anything else you wanted to add before we end the stream? Or David?
All good. Thank you.
All right.
All right. Well, great seeing you, Jill, and everybody
Yes,
else.
congratulations to everyone.
Congratulations to our winners.
Hey, I just want to say thanks to everyone. I really enjoyed the competition, and again, I'd like to give a shout out to the Bear Bowl community, Bull Traders community. I think they do a tremendous job, and anybody that's interested in learning the day trade, I would definitely start there.
All right. Well,
Great.
thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
All right.
Take care.
Great afternoon, everybody. Bye-bye.
You're welcome. Thank you for joining us, Jill.
Thank you so much.
All right. Take care, everybody. Congratulations.
Thank you.